Welcome to Crafty Crochet Castle. I'm Janila, and in this beginner-friendly tutorial, I'll show you how to crochet a jellyfish. This is a no-sew pattern, and by using different size yarns, you'll end up with different size jellyfish. I'll be showing you 3 different options for the tentacles, either straight, semi-swirl, or swirl. Do let me know your favorite jellyfish in the comments below. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can crochet this jellyfish, and it's a great project to use the leftover scrap yarn. So let's create magic with yarn. For this project, I'm using worsted weight yarn and a 4.5 mm crochet hook. You can use any yarn and choose a hook that is 1 or 2 sizes smaller than the recommended hook size for your yarn weight. You would also need scissors, yarn needle, stitch markers. For the eyes, you can either use safety eyes or embroider them as well. And you would need a black yarn or thread and needle. You would also need some polyester fiberfill. The details of these materials are in the description box below. You can use any yarn to crochet this project, and depending upon your yarn weight, your project will turn out to be smaller or bigger. These are the jellyfishes that I crocheted using worsted weight yarn and a 4.5 mm crochet hook. These are very tiny and are perfect as desk pets, pocket pearls, or even as keychains. The jellyfish with the straight tentacles is about 4 inches tall. And the jellyfish with a little bit of swirl at the end of the tentacles is 3.5 inches tall, and the jellyfish with a fully swirly tentacles is about 3 inches tall. Here are the jellyfishes that I crocheted with a bigger yarn and a 6 mm crochet hook. This is plush yarn and the project is very soft and cuddly. This size is perfect for little ones to hold and play. The jellyfish with the straight tentacles is about 7 inches long, and the jellyfish with a little bit of twirl at the end of the tentacles is about 6.5 inches long, and the jellyfish with super curly tentacles is about 6 inches long. These are very soft and are like plushies. I'll be starting the pattern with a magic circle. If you prefer not to work with a magic circle, you can always do chain 2 and work your round 1 stitches in the second chain from the hook. Now let me show you how to do a magic circle. Take your yarn and hold it like this and wrap it around your 2 fingers and cross it over at the point where the yarn meets. Now pinch at this point and take this little loop out. Now insert your hook inside the ring, yarn over and bring a loop. This yarn is from the skein end. Now hold everything in place and adjust the tension of the loop on your hook. Make sure that it's not too loose or not too tight. That is, your hook should be able to move freely. Now yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there we have made our magic circle. This ring is adjustable and we will be working around 1 stitches in these 2 strands of yarn over here. Now let's get started working on round 1. For this round, I will do 6 single crochet inside the ring. To do a single crochet, insert your hook inside the ring, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. This is 1 single crochet. I'll do 5 more single crochets in here. You can always turn your project to the top to count the number of stitches. So we have V-shaped stitches on the top. Each V is 1 stitch. Once when we have completed a total of 6 single crochet, hold the stitches with one hand and grab the tail in the other and start pulling the tail. The opening will get smaller and smaller, and when you pull it completely, it closes. So for this pattern, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round with a slip stitch. And also, I will be using a stitch marker to mark the last stitch of the round. You can use a piece of another color yarn to mark the last stitch as well. Now let's work on round 2. For round 2, I will do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So I'm going to find my very first V over here, which will be the next stitch in the round over here. So I will be inserting my hook inside the V. That is 2 loops on top of the stitch, and then I will do 1 single crochet here and another single crochet in the same stitch. This is otherwise called as an increase. So for this round, I will be working 2 single crochet in all the stitches around. This round will have a total of 12 stitches. So now I'm at the last stitch over here. When you come to this stitch, remove your stitch marker, crochet the stitches over here. So in this round we will be working 2 single crochet on every stitch. So I will crochet 2 single crochets here, and once when I complete the second single crochet, I'm going to place the stitch marker back in the last stitch. Now let's start working on round 3. For round 3 we will be following a repeat pattern. The repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So I will be repeating this pattern all the way around till I'm at the last stitch over here. The repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Round 3 will have a total of 18 single crochet. And this is how the project will look at the end of round 3. Now for the next 3 rounds, that is rounds 4, 5 and 6, we'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet all the way around. So what I'll be doing is I'll be just working 1 single crochet in every stitch till I complete 1 round, and I will be doing that for the next 2 rounds as well. And this is how our single crochet in every stitch looks like. I will work on the next 3 rounds, and I will meet you once when I complete round 6. This is how the project will look at the end of round 6. Now for round 7 we will be crocheting 2 rounds, round 7A and 7B. So normally when we are working on a stitch, we will be inserting a hook inside the 2 loops on the top of our stitch over here. These 2 loops are shaped like a V. So the loop that is towards you, this loop is called as the front loop, and the loop that is away from you is the back loop. So for this round 7 we will be splitting our 2 rounds by working 1 round with the front loops only and round 7B with the back loops only. So now let's start working on round 7A. For this round I will join with a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch. To do a slip stitch, I will be inserting my hook in the front loop. So I will be leaving the back loop behind and insert my hook only inside the front loop, and then I will yarn over, bring a loop through the stitch and through the loop on the hook. So this stitch is called as the slip stitch. So now I'm going to take a stitch marker and mark the back loop only of that same stitch, so we can easily identify the start of round 7B. So now I will do chain 1 here. To do a chain, I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. Now in the next stitch, I will be working 1 half double crochet. To do a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in the front loop only of the next stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have a total of 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This stitch is the half double crochet and it is slightly taller than the single crochet. Now I will do chain 1 again, and I will do a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch. So this is going to be the repeat pattern for round 7A. The repeat pattern starts with a slip stitch in the next stitch in the front loop only, followed by chain 1, a half double crochet in the front loop only of the next stitch, followed by a chain 1 and a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch. So because we worked in the front loop only, we have a little ridge on the inside of our project over here. We will be crocheting around 7B on these stitches over here. Now I will be working on the repeat pattern for the remainder of the stitches in this round. So here I have finished the repeat pattern over here. This marks the end of round 7A. And this is the body of a jellyfish at this point. Now let's begin working on round 7B. So for that, I will be joining with a slip stitch in the marked stitch over here, that is in the back loop only of the marked stitch. And then we can begin working on our round. You can also use a stitch marker to mark this slip stitch at this point over here. Now let's start working on the repeat pattern for round 7B. The entire round will be worked in the back loop only of round 6 over here. So now the repeat pattern for round 7B starts with a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease. To do a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease, I will insert my hook inside the next stitch in the back loop only, and then I will yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Now I will insert my hook inside the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring up a loop. So now we have a total of 3 loops on the hook. We would have taken 2 stitches in the bottom. Now I will yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This stitch is called as the decrease. We have taken 2 stitches and completed it as 1 stitch. Now in the next stitch, in the back loop only, I will be working 1 single crochet. So this is going to be the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is a single crochet 2 together or a decrease in the back loop only, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch. So I will be repeating this pattern for the remaining stitches in this round. This round will have a total of 12 stitches. And the 12th stitch will be on the slip stitch over here. And once when we complete this round, you can place the stitch marker back in the last stitch. And at this point, we would have begun closing our jellyfish body like this. At this point, if you are using safety eyes, you can attach safety eyes to the project. I'm using an 8 mm safety eyes here. I will be inserting the eyes between round 4 and 5. Approximately 3 stitches apart. And now we can stuff the body with polyester fiberfill. So take your polyester fiberfill, break it apart into smaller pieces before stuffing it in. Breaking the polyester fiberfill into smaller pieces prevents the bulky spots on the inside on the stuffing. Now let's continue working on our project. We'll be crocheting the last round over here, which is round 8. For this round, I will do single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease all the way around. That is for a total of 6 times. And once when we complete the 6th decrease, we can begin working on our tentacles over here. For that, I will be joining with a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch over here. And we can start crocheting our tentacles directly at this point. So for that, I will do a total of 13 chains here. Now we will be crocheting on these chains. So in the second chain from the hook, this is the first chain and this is the second chain. In this chain, I will insert my hook like this and I will crochet 2 single crochets here. And I will do 2 single crochets in the next 9 chains. Now we have 2 more chains remaining over here. I will do a single crochet in the next 2 chains. and join with a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch over here. And this is how our tentacle will look. So by crocheting 2 single crochets in 10 chains followed by a single crochet in 2 chains, we would have a swirly tentacle over here. If you would like to have a straight tentacle like these 2 jellyfishes over here, all you have to do is crochet 1 single crochet in all of these chains over here, starting from the second chain from the hook, and then follow on the repeat pattern. Or if you would like to crochet a jellyfish with straighter tentacles with a little bit of swirl at the bottom, like these projects, you have to do 2 single crochet or an increase in 6 chains, followed by a single crochet in the remaining 6 chains of the tentacles. In this project, I'm showing you how to do a swirly tentacle. Now let's continue working on our tentacles over here. So we'll be working on the repeat pattern, which is 13 chains, followed by 2 single crochet in the second chain from the hook and 2 single crochet in the next 9 chains over here. Followed by a single crochet in the next 2 chains and a slip stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch. I will be repeating this pattern for 4 more tentacles over here, and I'll meet you once when I complete the 6th tentacle. This is how our project will look after completing the repeat pattern. We would have a total of 6 tentacles over here, and we would have finished with a slip stitch in the front loop only, or in the beginning of our very first tentacle over here. So at this point we can fasten off our yarn. To do so, leave a tail and trim the yarn over here, and then we can yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook all the way through and tighten this up. We have a tiny opening at the bottom of our project. Now let me show you how to close this. To do so, take your yarn needle and thread the tail in it. Now insert your yarn needle through the back loops of all the 6 stitches remaining in the last round. So once when we have inserted our needle through all the stitches, grab your tail and pull it. See how the opening is getting smaller and smaller, and when you pull it tight, it gets closed like this. And once when you do that, you can secure it with a knot in one of the loops over here. And then we can weave in the tail. To weave in the tail for any amigurumi, all you have to do is insert your needle next to the last stitch over here. Bring your needle through the stuffing on the inside of our project, and you can pull it out in any random spot. Make sure not to pull it too tight because we do not want our project to lose the shape. So once when you have enough yarn over here, you can take your needle out and trim the yarn. This is our completed jellyfish. All we have to do is embroider the mouth. To embroider the mouth, I'm using a black thread and needle over here. You can use black yarn as well, and then we can embroider it. And we can weave in these 2 tails. You can either use a smaller hook like this to bring the yarn on the inside of our project, or you can use the same needle and put these 2 threads inside our project. And this is our completed jellyfish. Now let me show you how to embroider eyes as well. Embroider the eyes in round 4. And here is the project with just the eyes. I hope you enjoy crocheting this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.